Well, welcome aboard the Caribbean Princess. Princess Cruises welcomes you, and we'd like to take you on a tour of the common spaces here on one of their more popular ships. So stick around and we'll see the ship today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Terry with Next Wave Cruising. We're going to start our tour of the Caribbean Princess right here in the Piazza. We're on deck 5, the very beginning of the Piazza, which is the big open atrium design on the midship portion of the Caribbean Princess. And whether you're on decks 5, 6, or 7, you are part of the action here right at midship. We're right near the midship elevators and stairs, and off of this central area on deck 5, 6, and 7, you're going to find really important areas like the 24/7 coffee bar, guest services, and access to shops and dining. So we're going to take a look around and show you a little bit more about the Caribbean Princess. Starting here on deck 5, you'll see that there's great seating that's right outside of the International Cafe behind me, which is the coffee bar. It offers coffees, teas, lattes, and some treats during the day, and they'll change. There's some breakfast foods and muffins and buns in the morning, and then small sandwiches and other light bites later throughout the day. Next to the International Cafe, there is the Vines Bar, and that is a nice wine bar with great views both to the Piazza and outside to the destinations that you're visiting as you sail on the Caribbean Princess. On the other side of the lobby from the Vines Bar is another open bar, and we also have one of the gift shops and the Internet Cafe and Library. So there are a lot of easy to access things right here. Musicians are set up here during the day and evening for your entertainment, and there'll be a variety of other activities. The captain's champagne pour on his opening night, the first full day at sea, will happen right here around the grand staircase in the Piazza as well. And now we'll take a look a little bit further across deck 5. At the aft, we have the Island Palm Dining Room, another large complimentary dining area here on Caribbean Princess. This is open for a seated breakfast, and this is the dining room that offers an early and a late seating for people who like a defined dining time and the same table and wait staff throughout their cruise. Just forward of the Piazza on deck 5, we've entered the area taken care of by Park West, and that's the art gallery. There is a very spacious area here on the ship that has the display of artwork that's available. There'll be auctions during the week over in some of the lounges like the Explorer Lounge and the gallery here where you can take a look at the artwork and talk to the art managers anytime throughout your cruise. This is a really beautiful hallway that leads up toward the very forward parts of deck 5 and where the guest staterooms are. We'll take a look through the gallery as we move along. We've come up to deck 6 off the Piazza here at midship on the Caribbean Princess. You're going to find your Effie jewelry store here. There's some other stores on the starboard side of the area as well. And the centerpiece for the Piazza on deck 6 is guest services. One of the places that you can stop by to check on your account, ask questions, and make sure all the information you need to have a good cruise is available to you. Now, in addition to the important guest services area and the beginning of the shops that are here on deck 6, we're also going to visit the Coral Dining Room. And when we go forward, we're going to visit the Crown Grill, one of the specialty restaurants here on the Caribbean Princess, along with the Future Cruise Desk. And we'll see everything that is here centrally located for you at midship on deck 6. So here we are at the Coral Dining Room that is just behind midship and behind the Piazza on deck 6. The Coral Dining Room is one that offers guests flexible dining during the dinner hour. It's open from about 5:30 to 9:30, and people can pick their flexible dining time. There are also days that this is an open restaurant for breakfast as well. Now we're still on deck 6 here on the Caribbean Princess. We've come around the corner in toward the front of the ship from guest services, and here we are at the shore excursion desk. This is a very large area, well appointed, so the team members here who are destination experts can help you with your current shore excursions, any changes you need to make, or perhaps an extra shore excursion you want to add now that you're in a destination and you realize just how much there is to enjoy here. So don't overlook the fact that there is a team here to help you, and they are well staffed. Their hours are posted in your printed itinerary and on the app, but every day there's someone here at the shore excursion desk to help out. And right across the hall, when we turn around, we're going to visit the Crown Grill. This is one of 2 specialty restaurants here on the Caribbean Princess. This is where you're going to find steaks and some seafood, and it's a really beautifully appointed steakhouse here. The chef does a great job. You can have a 5-course meal, sit down, relax, and really enjoy yourself for dinner here on the Caribbean Princess. As we come forward on the starboard side of this ship on deck 6, just in front of the Crown Grill, we've arrived at Churchill's Lounge. The Churchill Lounge is the cigar bar here on the Caribbean Princess. So as you come in here, you're going to find muted lighting, comfortable seating, leather couches, several televisions turned to your most favorite sports channel, of course a well-stocked bar, and I even see a dartboard over there on the wall. So this is a place for cigar aficionados to come, relax, and enjoy some of their finest here on the Caribbean Princess. Let's take a look around. And just outside of Churchill Lounge, we're finding that we're in the foyer to the Princess Theater. We're very forward here on deck 6, and we're going to go inside the theater after taking a look at this very artfully designed foyer area, and we're going to see what the Princess Theater has to offer. This is where you're going to find your main headliners, production shows, and any major get-togethers on the ship. It's a large seating area, and you can enjoy many evenings here on the ship at the Princess Theater. As we exit the Princess Theater on deck 7 and move just beyond the very forward part of the ship, we've entered the casino. And in the casino here on Caribbean Princess, you'll find rows and rows of machines and all of your favorite table games as well. This is a very large casino and a very popular area in the evenings for the guests here on Caribbean Princess. We're back at the piazza on deck 7, just behind the casino, and here we are at Kuners Bar. Some of the best bartenders on the ship are here at Crooners, and they can mix up a cocktail for you that will make your afternoon or evening quite delightful. The seating here at Kuners Bar is also in a really nice position to hear any music that's coming up from the deck 5 on the piazza, but there's also piano here in Kuners Bar, and they have live entertainment here in the afternoon and evenings as well. So this is a really great spot to hang out and to meet your friends, whether it's before the theater and dinner or afterwards. And you're not too far from shopping. There's some great signature shopping here on deck 7, including Waves, the Princess logo wear shop, and they have a pop-up stand for sales out here, as well as some signature shopping as well. So it's a very popular part of the upper piazza here midship on deck 7. Deck 7 has a lot more to offer, and as we head back behind the piazza, we're going to see a lot of other common space venues here on Deck 7. But on the way, we wanted to stop and point out this area where all of the plaques are hanging. Princess Cruises has a rich tradition of sailing all around the world, and the Caribbean Princess is no exception. It's a naval tradition that as a ship comes to a port for the first time, they're often presented with a key or a plaque, something to commemorate their first visit. And here the Caribbean Princess is proudly displaying all of these plaques to show many of the areas and destinations around the world where this ship has visited, and it's quite a few. It's great to see the history presented and celebrated right here on this wall of plaques. One of the really popular venues here on Deck 7 is the Explorers Lounge. It is just behind the piazza at midship, heading toward the back of the ship. It's a very large lounge. You're going to see that there is a lot of seating. There's some couches right out by the windows if you want to see the views and the port destinations, and lots of seating inside the lounge and here at the bar as well. This is an area where you will find people gathering daily. Lots of trivia and other activities presented by the Princess activity staff are hosted right here at the Explorers Lounge, and it's available to you to come for those cocktails, drinks, and wine that you may be interested in before or after dinner, and it's a great place to meet up with friends. So don't forget to check out the Explorers Lounge here on the Caribbean Princess. As we head back on the starboard side of Deck 7, right behind Explorers Lounge is another fun meeting spot, and that's the Wheelhouse Bar. This is a very nicely paneled and highly decorated lounge area. It is another great meeting spot, and it's a place you may find some receptions being scheduled and other special events here on Caribbean Princess. There's plenty of seating, some room for entertainment or dancing, and it's right outside of the photo gallery. So there's a lot of space here in and around the Wheelhouse Bar. You should check it out on Deck 7, just behind midship. There's a second specialty restaurant here on Caribbean Princess that you won't want to miss. That's Sabatinis. We're going to find Sabatinis here on Deck 7, starboard, right next to the Wheelhouse Bar and outside of the photo gallery. It's just behind midship, easy to access, and has a very comfortable seating and decor and a wonderful Italian menu for you to enjoy as a specialty dining option on Caribbean Princess. The photographers here on Caribbean Princesses are hard at work throughout your cruise, helping you and your family commemorate all of the special occasions and events that you experience on your Caribbean cruise or your cruise anywhere in the world on Caribbean Princess. And to make sure that you have access to all of those photos, you can visit the photo gallery area on the starboard side of Deck 7, heading toward the back of the ship. This is a very large area where they can display photos. You can look at kiosks to look up everything that might have been taken of you and your family. You'll also find some extra Princess Medallion accessories here, and those accessories may help you to vary from using your medallion on a lanyard to putting it on a watch or a pin or other special ways to make it easy to wear and enjoy that Princess Medallion throughout your cruise. The other important function that you're going to find here right in the photo gallery is another desk that's called Oceanfront. The Oceanfront team is the team that can help you with internet and Wi-Fi connectivity. So when you get on the ship, if you're working on getting your devices up and ready, stop by near the photo gallery and ask for the Oceanfront team here on Deck 7, heading toward the back of the ship. Here on the aft of Deck 7, we'll find that the Caribbean Princess is definitely set up for more fun and entertainment. We are at Club Fusion, which is all across the aft section of Deck 7. This is a very large venue, and it is set up for fun. This has great lounge areas, areas for presentations, entertainment, and a bar, and it's a nice place to stop to get a cup of coffee in the morning as well. Check your schedule on Caribbean Princess to find out all of the activities and entertainment that are scheduled here in Club Fusion. Well, you're going to spend a lot of time on Deck 15 when you're sailing on the Caribbean Princess. This is the Lido deck. There's a lot going on here, a lot to spend your time on, and ways to relax. We're right at midship at the main pool, and there are loungers here and tables and chairs looking out to the destinations you're visiting and keeping an eye on what's going on in the pool and the 2 hot tubs that are located here. And right off of midship, in front of the pool, you have 3 key stops that you'll want to make. One is to the Slice. You can get some really delicious thin crust pizza there, and that's open until late into the evening. You can stop at the Mix, which is the pool bar, or you can stop at the Salty Dog. And the Salty Dog is going to offer burgers and hot dogs and really casual fare that's great for lunch or a really casual dinner. Now when we head right behind the pool, you're going to get to Cones and Coffee, and you'll want to stop there as well. They've got your favorite lattes for sure, ice cream cones, and those special princess desserts that come with some of your packages, or might be a sweet treat that you want to treat yourself and your family to while you're out here enjoying the pool deck. Let's go take a look. As we move back just a little further behind midship here on the Lido deck, deck 15, we find the Calypso Pool and the Calypso Bar. These are just behind Cones and Coffee, so you can really get a lot done by planting yourself and your family out here on these comfortable chase lounges when you're traveling on the Caribbean Princess. And never fear, you're close to more food options, because right behind us as we head to the aft, we're going to take a look at the World Fresh Marketplace, which is the buffet or cafeteria style dining that's complimentary here on the ship. As we come into the World Fresh Marketplace or buffet, you're going to find there are multiple stations for coffees, teas, and juices, plenty of seating for large groups and small, and from that seating area, lots of access to a variety of food stations that are set up along the marketplace with all kinds of fresh food options for you, served from breakfast, lunch, and through the dinner hour into the evening. Now there's more to this World Fresh Marketplace than meets the eye. Make sure you head further back aft on the ship, because on one side of the cafeteria you're going to find a setup for planks, and on the other side of the hallway we'll see one set up for steamers. Planks and steamers are 2 casual sit-down restaurants. They're open on alternating evenings, and they're really an extension of the marketplace. So these seats are used open for breakfast and lunch for anybody who's having food from the buffet area. But in the evening, you can make a reservation and come up here to enjoy a full-on barbecue dinner at Plaques, or your favorite seafood platters over at Steamers. So don't forget them as another dining option when you're here on Caribbean Princess. Well, we've reached the very aft back area on deck 15, the Lido deck. And if you're looking for some outside seating when you've gone through the World Fresh Marketplace to pick up some delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner, there's some seating out here. You're also going to find the Outriggers Bar and maybe a surprise. There's a pool out here, and this is the adult pool with great views directly off the back of the ship. Not a better place to relax, and it's nice and quiet back here. So if you are an adult who just needs to hop in the pool and doesn't want to wait your turn with the families up in the front, then come back here to the adult pool, get a drink at Outriggers, and enjoy this aft section of deck 15. Now you can come up one deck and enjoy the sun deck area aft on deck 16, overlooking the adult pool and those great views off the back of the ship. While you're up here on deck 16, you'll discover that this is the location of the sports court, and there's some of the areas that are an extension of the kids club areas. We'll see that on deck 16 and 17 as we take a look around the aft of the ship. Princess enjoys welcoming families on board, and there's always something to do, even for the young members of each family and group. So we've come up to the aft part of Deck 16, where you're going to find areas that are designated for youth activities. These are all defined by age group so that the guests are with other young people of their same age. And there is a youth center for the younger folks, and then they call it the lodge here for 8 to 12-year-olds. There's also the beach house facility for those who are 13 to 17. And some of these are not always open to us to film, but we want you to see that there are spacious areas, there are youth activity coordinators, and lots of the kinds of games and activities that young people are going to enjoy when they're here on vacation on the Caribbean Princess. We've come up to Deck 16 forward. We're on the starboard side of the ship, and here we are at the Lotus Spa. You're going to find that this is an area with relaxing treatment rooms, specialists who can help you take care of any of the treatments that you may want to schedule here at the spa. That is an additional fee, of course, for spa services. And then as we proceed even further forward, we're going to go from the spa into the gym fitness area facilities. Here you'll find all the equipment that you're looking for, as well as an exercise room with bikes and mats and some fitness programs, all available here for you to stay in your healthy lifestyle, even while you're traveling on the Caribbean Princess. While you're up on Deck 16 forward, on the port side of the ship, you're going to find Hearts and Minds. This is a great meeting space, so it can be used for small conference groups, but it's also the wedding chapel here on Caribbean Princess. And there is an opportunity to organize in advance with Princess if someone's doing a wedding or a vow renewal, and they have this facility, piano included, and they can take care of making all of those arrangements with you before you board your ship. But if you're just even looking for a quiet getaway spot, come up to Deck 16 forward and find the Hearts and Mind Chapel. While we're on Deck 17 forward, we can look at the Lotus Pool, which is on Deck 16, just a short few steps down, and that is really connected to the Lotus Spa and available to guests here at the front of the ship. But as we look ahead on Deck 17, just above the pool, you'll find the sanctuary. And the sanctuary is an area that's been added to the front of the ship that is a private enclave. You'll see some cabanas that are available and special lounge chairs that is offered to guests who pay a fee to have a pass to head into the sanctuary, with relaxation and views at the front of the ship way up high on Deck 17. We've made our way midship on Deck 16, and here we are outside on the upper pool deck. We are right in front of the Kuners Bar, and there's a lot of seating here. The bartenders are ready to help make you your special drink, and there's a lot of seating around the pool and with great views out to the sea and to the port destinations that you're visiting. Just one deck above the pool, so a little bit more quiet and serene, but yet you're still in the heart of the action. This is a great spot to hang out on the Caribbean Princess. Now, if you make it all the way up to Deck 18 at the aft of the ship, you'll be rewarded because you have found Skywalkers nightclub. There is a skywalk that will take you from the elevator area all the way to the very back of the ship, where you will find the Skywalker Lounge, nestled with great views out the back of the ship, a bar available in the evening, and a really great spot to get some views out the back, but also maybe some quiet time during the day and a lively environment during the evening. This is also a great spot for special events if you're hosting a group. And if you want to reach out to us here at Next Wave Cruising, because we can help you, your family, your friends, or even a group to put together the perfect itinerary and cruise with Princess Cruises, be it here on Caribbean Princess or one of their other ships. So our contact information is right below this video. Please reach out to us at Next Wave Cruising. We know Princess and we can help you make this a very memorable trip and cruise with Princess Cruises, and cap it all off in the evening at the Skywalkers Lounge. And before you go, check out the video in the upper right. There's a lot of good cruising information there for you, and I'll see you over there.